I'm a gamer. We got this in the bag. There are 2 evils among all characters. Find and kill them. I'm gonna take that guy's advice and do the reverse. Find fallacy or logic that doesn't make any sense. All right, chat. Ready to lock in? We have Poisoner and we have Ba. One fake outcast out to the deck view. Okay. Poisoner is one adjacent villager is corrupted. I lie in disguise. All right. What do we got here? I want an Empress. I was an Empress, sorry. Do we have an Empress here? Oracle is 4 or 6 is a Poisoner. Okay. Interesting. 4 or 6. You saying 5 is good? If they think 5 is good, then they could be not evil. 1 is evil, 7, 5, or 3. 3 is evil because it's the wretch. There are 2 pairs of evil. Hold on, 2 pairs. That doesn't make any sense.
Welcome to Ram Ranch and Axie-Man.
How is there 2 pairs of evil if there's only 2 evil characters? Something's not adding up here. Unless we're talking about this. Hold on. Because the wretch would, I guess, would be the case. Yo, Annex, is that how you say it? Can be 2 pairs if they're next to the wretch. Yeah, that's got that. I got that. Okay. He says she's lying. So if she's lying, and technically, okay, then she could be lying. Then it could be this. Wait, does that make sense? Is this guy's the Poisoner? Is she the Poisoner? 1 is evil, 7, 5, or 3. Look at the baker. What about the baker? Oh, looks like the baker. No, not at all, bro. What do you mean? Hey, there's markers. Did you guys know there's markers in this game? Wait, I could be like, I think she's evil. Wait a minute. What the fuck? New technology that's been here the whole time? All right, let's try to find people who are not lying here, by the way. I feel like she's trying to troll in here. 4 or 6 is the Poisoner. 5 is good. I gotta remember that YouTube comment, by the way. The guy told me that this would take like 3 times less if I was just smart. You know what I mean? I gotta remember this shit. I'm stupid and smart. Okay, hold on. What if he's lying though? I touched. Who did I test on? I tested her. I think it's the baker, no? Oh my god, I gamed so hard there. Okay, now is she lying is the question. So if there are 2 pairs of evil, that means that... Is she the evil one then? You know what I mean? Have you considered raising your IQ so you could be better at the game? No disrespect. No disrespect. No disrespect. You were smarter and knew puzzles better, the duration of the video would be half or whatever. You're so right, bro. First time seeing this game, can you explain the basics? You're basically trying to find the 2 evil people, or like the certain amount of evil people. I think it's the knitter, but I could be wrong. There's also a doppelganger here, but the doppelganger's kind of... No. The doppelganger's whatever, because that's what the bot did. There is no doppelganger. It's just the wretch. So, knowing that logic... 4 or 6 is the Poisoner. Do this. Could be the Empress. Wait, hold on. Is it the judge though? Four or 6? If she's He thinks 2 is lying. If 2 is lying, what if he's lying though? This guy doesn't look like a very trustworthy fellow, if I'm gonna be completely honest here. 6 vets 5 who blames 2. 6 vets 5 who blames 2. Yeah, but what if she's lying? You know what I mean? Like, if she's lying, he's telling the truth, then like, why are we picking? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She's also saying there are two pairs of evil. So a pair, as far as I'm aware, it has to be two evils next to each other. You know what I mean? So like, either A, it's the Oracle because it's next to the Ba, or it's the Empress. Dinner's also saying it's two. How's Dinner saying it's two? She's not saying it's two. She says there's two pairs of evil. You're lying. You're the liar. We'll go with the Oracle. Shaman and Puka. Do the same village roles and current village. I lie in disguise. Puka's an interesting one. Puka's one card away from the closest evil. Well, that makes sense, I guess. Okay, Plague Doctor. This guy said I cured 2 corruptions. So if he cured 2 corruptions, it's on this side then. Three is good. 3 is good. So these 2 are corrupted then. Just I lie and disguise. She's not corrupted though. Could also do him, but I don't think the outcast can't be corrupted, right? 6 is evil, 2 is corrupted. Wait, this is bad though. If I'm wrong, she kills me. Do I trust him? Well, he can't lie because the alchemist is next to it. So that means 6 has to be evil unless he's the Puka. Unless he's evil. I don't know that that's from. 3 is good. 3 is good, meaning the knitter. There's only 1 pair of evil. Emperor says 1 is evil, 1, 3, or 8. She's saying 3, 5, or 6 is evil. All things point to the knitter here, if I'm going to be honest. If he's telling the truth, that makes sense if he told the truth, though, because I checked what, her or her. So unless he's lying, then he would be lying. These are all questions we need to answer. You know what I mean? Man, at some point you would need too many lies for something to be possible. I'm sorry, what did you just say to me? When in doubt, HP as a resource? What the hell? No way, man. I'm a guy who takes 30 million years and then gets it wrong. I'm not a guy who just rips it. I do think there's something sus about this one though, right? Let me double check what I'm looking for here. Puka makes 2 villagers get corrupted. So if the alchemist is telling the truth, then that makes me think that this is the Puka, because then she would also be lying. Well, that's the case, then we're ripping this. Ba and the shaman. Okay. Ba and shaman. I don't like the shaman. And there's a doppelganger. Well, potentially a doppelganger. Okay, hold on a second. There's no bombarder, so that means doppelganger has to be correct here. Is this rage bait? What do you mean? 2 evils adjacent to me. Let me test this for science here. There are no outcasts. I gotta be careful for the doppelganger here. Are you one? But he thinks it's evil. That's kind of weird, no? Doppel's a good thing? No, but I don't want, if we know there's a doppel in the game, right? So if the doppel's in the game, that means you don't want to kill it because then you're losing half your life. So one of these is probably the doppelganger then. One is evil. 1, 3, or 2. Wait, but then if she's saying there's 2 evils adjacent to me, and she's also saying that something's not right here, but then she's not backing that up. She's saying one of these 2 are evil. What about you? Oh my God. All right, that means 8 is good. So that means you are sus. Okay. Who's the last one? The shaman. You still have the judge. Wait. He's saying the truth? Wait, isn't it the hold on. If the jester's telling the truth, then it has to be this, right? But he was lying. And if they're lying, and they think 1, 3, or 2 is evil, so she was telling the truth. 1 is evil, she was right. This Empress was correct. Oh my God, this hurts my brain. I'm ripping 3. Any thinkers? What do you guys think? Rarran is subtly advocating for Mark Carney to invest more into the Canadian education system. Oh, it can't be 3. How can it not be 3? Because Empress said 2 was evil. But how does that mean? How does that mean that it can't be 3? Emperor says only 1 is evil. That's if she's telling the truth, though, no? Because if the jester's telling the truth, then it's 8 or 3. Or told you what 3 is good. That music is crazy, by the way. I don't understand what you guys are saying. Talk to me like it, bro. Why not kill Jester? Why am I killing the Jester? Talk to me about it. Talk to me about it. What makes you think it's the what do you think it's the Jester for? I don't think it's Jester at all. I think it's 8 or 3. Doppel and Shaman, there has to be 2 duplicates. What does that mean? Emperor's cleared a lot of people and implicated 2. Jester is not referenced by anyone. That's an interesting perspective. That's why, you know, you guys are kind of out of the box thinkers on that one. That's an interesting thought. No one is protecting 6, but why would that mean 6 is lying though, or like a bad person? We're assuming based on other information, but does that actually implicate the fact that 3 is evil? When in fact, we do know that from, if they're telling the truth, right? 1, 3, or 8 is evil. Okay. We use the judge to tell us that they're telling the truth. But what if the judge is lying? You know what I mean? We have 2 liars doing you and 1 is dead. I think you're lying. You fuck you. He can't because you're Doppel's an Empress. What the fuck does that mean, bro? What do you mean she's my Empress? Oh, like the dude. Never mind. It's like, okay. Okay, so you're saying, hold on. You're saying because the doppelganger can't lie, that it's telling the truth. Obviously. So if it's telling the truth, that means that it has to be 8. It's 8. Life's good. Life's good. Life's good. All right, what do we got? Shaman Ba. I was a medium. Wait, sorry. What do we have? What the fuck just happened? Okay. Shaman and a Ba. There's no corrupted characters is interesting considering wait, do we know that one's corrupted? Technically not, right? We have a Slayer, so we got a free shot at something. She says she's good. That's good. I like that. I was a medium. Number 1 is a real baker. One random unrevealed good villager becomes a baker. Learn what villager I was. So she was a medium. If she was a medium and she's telling the truth, then these 2 are fine. I was a medium. Wait, but she would say, who was the original baker then? Wait, wouldn't it be them then? How could she be the real baker if she's lying? Now, why is she lying? One random unrevealed good villager becomes a baker. Learn what villager I was. You need an OG baker. There has to be an original baker somewhere for it to be 2 baker, to be a second baker. So because there's no other baker on the board, she's lying. Is that the logic there? It have to be a second baker. I was a baker. So that's sus. Let's see if it's counterclockwise. 6 or 3 is a puppeteer. 2 judges? 3 judges? Holy shit. We have Puka and puppeteer. God damn. That's a lot of people. Okay. Here's the plan. We test 2 people here. And then we verify the fortune teller with 2 judges. And that's how we do it. Boom, boom. One of them is evil. 7 or 3. Okay. Boom. She says she's telling the truth. He says telling the truth. 7 or 3, boys. The Oracle is also snapping off on 3 here, so she could be lying. But she has the Puka. She has the Puka. Could be 7 and 3. Wait. Why the hell would he say that? Now 7's looking awfully sus. 7's looking awfully sus here. No outcast here, right? Oh, wait, I could use the druid here for a quick second. There are no outcasts. So one of them could be the doppelganger, but the doppelganger doesn't lie. So why would a baker say I was a baker? That means a baker turned into a baker? That sounds stupid as fuck. Which means the puppet's next to it, right? The puppeteer. So then one of these two is lying. Which means, which one do I believe? 3 is saying the truth. Okay, so who we calling out on here? These two are fine. 7 or 3. One of them is true. So right now you're looking awfully sus. 6 or 3 is also claiming that the enlightened is evil, so it's you. So then it's you. No, but oh, wait a minute, hold on. We knew that 7 was also evil, so that's actually not true. So then it's 4. Because 4 is she said 6 or 3 is the puppeteer, which it's not. It's this. Counselor and Ba. Oh my god. A lot of outcasts. Okay, we know the counselor wants to be next to these two. Okay, let me do the knight. I am 1 card away from a corrupted. Two's not corrupted. So that means that the counselor could be here. There's 1 evil. Here. 9 or 7 are the counselors, so it's 7 must be the counselor then, unless the oracle is lying. Because 9 can't be, so it's 7. Right side has more evil. That also doesn't make any sense. Because that would mean between the... I mean, no, that does make sense because of the wretch. That makes sense because of the wretch. You use the numbers to mark things as well. I'm too lazy for that. Two is corrupted. I'm thinking 4 is looking a little sus here, fellow. No, actually it's 7, right? 7's looking really sus. You suspect one of the 2 characters are evil. Why would you gesture both of them? I don't know, bro. Why not? Why not? Are you ignoring my methodology? Are you saying my methodology is bad? You could test 7 using the wretch? How do you test 7 using the wretch? Test 7 on wretch? Oh, I see what you're saying. Because, okay, I see what you're saying. Who are we trusting? Well, we know you're not evil. It's you. Dumbass. Caught. Wait, I'm with the ball. Okay. 1 outcast is added to the deck view. I lie in disguise. Well, we know Drunk's here. We've seen all of them except for... Okay. The Bombardier, but that doesn't really make a difference here. Okay, who are we trusting here? So the right side has more evil, which means if she's telling the truth, then it's between you two. Because we could test you with this. Okay, so if she's saying the truth, then that means that something like this. She is also 1 away from a corrupted character, which means it has to be if the jester was telling the truth, because 7 was evil, then it's the bard. Unless the architect's lying. Do you discuss? You lie. Mr. Sheba, I had the latest in the Dreads versus Team America drama. Dreads lost a run yesterday and crashed out. I'm here for the drama.
I would not be surprised if it's PJ's fault, though. I feel like one idiot fucking... Okay, idiot's a little bit harsh. person with questionable opinions in the creator Discord can ruin it for everybody. Actually, I think Archibald Deciphering is fine. Like, actually, I think it's okay. Like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Okay, chat, I think it's the Bard. What do you guys think? I think it's the Bard. The Bard makes sense if the architect is telling the truth, and we vetted the architect with the judge, so unless the judge is also lying, then I think it's the Bard. I think I'm willing to take the Bard. The Jester says there's one evil between 1, 4, and 7. The Jester was right about 7. The Oracle was also right. What about this? One or 4 of them are evil. The Jester's wrong. You are making a good point here. But we did see that the Plague Doctor is not the Jester is not corrupted. So that means that if they're lying, they have to be the Ba. But I think I think it's the Bard. But if there's one evil, then it's questionable here. Because the Oracle also makes sense, right? Can't is 8 and 9 is corrupted. I think it's 8. Wait, why are we thinking it's 8? You think it's just lying? If she's telling the truth, Oracle told you true, so Oracle is good. 8 is lying. Yeah, but why do we think 8 is lying here? Like Doctor corrupted the Jester? What do you mean corrupted the Jester? Well, we know they're not corrupted. If 8 is lying, left side is more evil. Well, okay, then the Bard makes a little bit more sense, right? Am I trolling when I say this? Maybe I am. It's confusing as fuck, to be honest. In right side from your perspective? What does that mean? I think right side means what? This, and then left side is this. 9 is corrupted, 8 is lying. Okay, why do we think 9 is corrupted? Are we saying this because the Bard saying 1 card away is corrupted, so this person's lying? Which means they're telling the truth. The Jester's vetted by the Plague Doctor, so it's the Architect. Learn a character that was affected by evil ability. Twin minion in the puka. And there's a doppelganger, which is a bit spooky. I don't like the doppelganger, bro. Okay. Lane says there's counterclockwise, so it's got to be on this side. There are no corrupted characters. Does that actually make a difference here? Well, the puka says that things are corrupted. So that has to be a lie. Because how would the heli... Well, does that make any sense? You get what I'm saying, chatters? How the hell does that make any sense? The druid was an outcast among them. So we could try to find the doppelgangers, but the doppelganger wouldn't lie. So who can I test for lying? I could test between... I could look at the gem crafter. The enlightened. I can listen to this one. I can do. There are no outcasts. That's concerning. We know the doppelganger doesn't lie, right? This one says evil are not adjacent to each other. This one says there's only one pair of evil. Five lies so it can be corrupted, but next to Pook or evil. I'm thinking it's this or this. There are 0 evils. Wait, this guy's trolling. This guy has to be trolling, no? And then that means Enlightened's backed up. So this is the Puka. Call you in the act, bitch. Fuck! She was corrupted, which means it's you or you. No corrupted characters. Wait, hold on. We can actually test this for science. We could test this for sure, for real, for reals. Oh yeah, we know that she lied because there's a corrupted character. Well, we already knew that. We already knew that. So that means he's also corrupted, right? Do they become uncorrupted after the Puka dies? I actually don't know if that's the case. So who's left? It's you then. Because we know that there was an evil between us. It's you. The poet. Learn random info. What the hell does that mean? 6 is a real gem crafter. Okay. Minion, twin minion, Puka. Oh god, that is a fucked. Okay, a baker says I am the original baker. This person says I am a witness. I am 3 cards away from a corrupted character. I'm 3 cards away from a corrupted character. Do any of them line up for that? I was a bard? I am a real gem crafter. Is there any way I could check you? Puka goes kind of crazy here, to be honest. So if she's telling the truth, you or you is lying, which is kind of bad. You're telling the truth. It was a wit. Something's kind of sus about this one. If she's a real gem crafter, how does the poet help me at all? Because yeah, she's right. She's a gem crafter. But does that mean anything? Because like, couldn't she still lie if she's a real gem crafter? Someone's lining up with this one. There's so much shit here. This is actually a crazy lobby here. I'll tell you she's next to Puka flying. Who? Who would? There are 3 evils. What the hell? Hey man, I just realized this isn't Hearthstone. Toft, I swear to God, I will fight you personally, and you will heal for my lawyer. If the jester's real, then we just go for it, no? Is there any reason not to doubt the jester here? Lover says there's no adjacent evils next to me. If she's the original baker, I think that's fine.
Welcome to Ram Ranch Adversario Numero Uno.
I'm hitting this. Then you're lying. What? Oh, the Puka's in this game, so it's the gem crafter. Right. That makes sense. Okay. That means you're lying. That means you're telling the truth. So you're a problem. So if you're telling the truth and you're telling the truth, then it's you. As for telling the truth, she was right about how many characters she was away from the corrupted character. Right? Oh, wait, hold on. Well, she's still not... Technically, what she's saying, though, isn't a lie. She just says, I am 3 cards away from a corrupted character, not that I am 3 cards away from the closest corrupted character. She's not lying. She's still telling the truth. Unless it only targets the one that's closest, but it doesn't actually... Learn how far I am from the close. Okay, never mind. Okay, so that's you. Never mind. It is the closest. That's my bad. That's my bad. That's my bad. For real, that's my bad. That makes sense. That makes sense. How are we feeling about 3 chatters? If that's the case, because then we know she's lying. One random unrevealed good villager becomes a baker. Kill a random unrevealed character, deal 2 damage to you. Wait, what do you mean? So I can't just kill people now? Oh my god. Yo, Adversario Numero Uno. Thank you for the sub, bro. I love you. Thank you. Oh no. So now I gotta... Every 4 flips, it becomes nighttime. Wow. Okay. Well, that's good to know. So I don't know what card this is. Oh, sweet God. Oh no. Okay, well the Confessor's dizzy, so that's good to know. There are 2 of the same villagers in... Sorry, the 2 of the same villager roles in the current village. I lie in disguise. So Confessor being dizzy is interesting. There's only 1 pair of evil. That doesn't make... That makes sense still. 1 was affected by evil. 6 or 2 is a twin minion. That lines up if she's dizzy. I'm 3 cards away from the closest evil. So 1 pair of evil. These 2 line up if they're both telling the truth. 1 is, that means they both are. Oh, I didn't notice the night cycle here. Oh, that's new. Okay, that's new. That's good to know. So that means they have to be next to each other if both the knitters are telling the truth. That means if the poet's telling the truth, it's the Empress and it's the Confessor. And the Oracle then would also be, but she could be lying. That's the thing. This could be a lie. This could be a lie. He's saying one was affected by evil, though. This guy could be the one evil on its own. I can't open that, right? 1 is your shaman card and 9 is true, by the way. 1 is your shaman card. Shaman card. Nine could be the drunk. Well, okay, so basically what I'm saying here is that these two make sense, right? If they're both saying the same thing, they're not contradicting. It actually makes sense. Right? Like, that makes sense. If shaman is cloned, number 1, then 9 is true. It was affected by evil. Affected means that the shaman did something. Is that what you mean? So that means that, like, this one is fine. Because she was affected by evil if this is what the shaman did. And if they're both telling the truth and the poet's also telling the truth, isn't it these two then? Or am I tripping here? So if this is not telling the truth, then it's you two. Okay, cooked. So we know because of this that it can't be this one, it can't be this one. So it's between these two. So, but it could be, it can't be 8 then, right? Because the 8 would have killed something. So it's between, she's telling the truth and so did she. So what the hell? What the hell, Andra? You know what I mean? Sixteen lies still if she's closer to Lilith. Is this the closest? You just said learn them info. Oh, that's fair. So she could be lying if it's one of these three. I mean, that actually kind of makes sense though, because it can't, like, she was right on this one that 2 was the twin minion. These two make sense. And then this one's fine because it was affected. And then that would make sense that it wouldn't be here because of the, okay, so it's the poet. It's not the poet. Oh, God. Oh, God. So then it has to be 7? Has to be 7 then. It could be 5. It could be 5. Could it? No, it can't be 5. It can't be 5 because they're backing each other up. Can't be 7 because she told the truth then. So is it the confessor? But then that doesn't make sense for the... So then it's witness? One is affected by evil. Could be 1 because 1 is saying it's evil. Okay, but 1 it makes sense because if it's affected by the shaman, then it makes sense. If I be affected by evil to the 1. If 5 is the shaman clue, then 9 is lying. Oh, that's true. That is true. Shaman doesn't affect. Is that not what it does? What does the shaman do then? Does that not affect the villager? 1 and 5 could be drunk and evil. Wait, if the poet was telling the truth though, if the poet's telling the truth, then it can't be these two. Then it has to be the witness. because that means the knitter is also saying that like there's only one pair of evil, and they're both saying it, so it has to be the witness here, no? I like the 9 lock-in. I like the 9 lock-in. I think it's the correct play. The verdict is spoken.
Oh my god.
Yay! Ascension 4. Okay, hold on, chat. I'm gonna be honest, boys. I'm gonna go make some food. I'm starving. So what does endless do though? That you just keep going and going and going? This game is so good, bro. This guy cooks so hard. It's ridiculous. I already